Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to unpack the first week here of the event that's called Cosmic Threat, starting things off for these Annihilator Initiative events, which is essentially the monthly event starting off in August here, now that we've wrapped things up here. So you can see, in order to get points for this, you do actually have to be spending energy utilized in the campaign nodes, as well as opening these Gleaming Gold Orbs. Now, I believe these gold Gleaming Orbs are only earned from actually purchases. I don't think, I didn't see any in the rewards, but we'll break it down in more detail because I think that's what's going to be adding towards the Golden Black Knight costume. And as well, this is going to also feature the initiative item here that you can see. It's called the Plandanium Armor, in addition to the cosmic powers that you'll be collecting through the monthly event. Now, having said that, there's also a web milestone component tied back, which is tied with specifically doing the raids and so forth each day. So you can see this is the Gleaming Gold Orb. It's a 24-karat crack at grabbing Black Knight's costume. For a limited time, you can purchase it containing. Now, if you're planning to do this, this is going to give you a pretty sizable amount of points to the overall total. So that's what I would recommend if you guys just want to get a boost of it. But also, not sure how crazy you are about the costume. We don't know the pricing and all that jazz yet, but just to give you some context here, this is the full table, and you can see on the very bottom, right, each Gleaming Gold Orb is going to give you 15,000 points, which is pretty sizable, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely something that can add a lot. The Galactic Peril is the web milestone type back, and as I touched on earlier, this is just involved in battling in raids, but this is super generous, guys. If you take a look here, if I counted correctly, I think there was about 73,000 total points here, which is actually more than what you would need to get the monthly item for this event. And the only thing you have to really do is just do raids. You can see there's 3,600 points in total, 100 points per raid. So that's 36 raids over the span of the 8 days that this event is going on for, which is four raids a day, four to 5 raids a day, which is absolutely nothing, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you take advantage of this. This web milestone is the most important, but we will summarize this in another table here. But let me go back up here to the main milestone, which showcases for you what to expect, right? Remember, this is an opportunity for us to take advantage of all of these radioactive treats that we have to purchase more Isolate Purple. You can see there's gonna be some cosmic power, and what you want to be gunning for is milestone 13 at 66,000 points, which contains the Plandanium armor. That's gonna add a sizable amount to the monthly event. That's definitely one of the focus points. But can we do it without using campaign energy? Are we able to get by? And what does that look like if we do factor in campaign energy? That's what I want quickly talk about as well, just with us being free to play and being mindful. Remember that Thanos Endgame is coming next week, so you definitely want to be holding on to power cores and not spending them if you don't need to. So let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. You can see anything beyond the Plandanium armor. There are some other milestones that can give you some more radioactive treats, so obviously that scales. And then usually the last 3 or 4 milestones are typically the Whale Stone, Dolphin's Bones, which means you would probably need to spend in order to get some additional resources there. But you can see with this event as well, there's also opportunities for more T3 ISO 8 credits, and as well as the T3 level 1 ions, all relating back to purple in preparation for Dark Dimension 8. So the math is super simple. You only get, it says here anyways, you earn 1 illumination orb fragment per campaign node. To be honest, we don't know how many orb fragments you would get per node, but as well, if you were to pay for the Black Knight golden costume, that would be 15,000 points. And then finally, the Cosmic Threat milestone points that you would get from the web milestone. So it's some pretty simple math here now that we have everything laid out. So this is how it looks, guys. There's honestly only 2 components, but I've decided to add in the free claim so that way we can be mindful of this possibility. If you are gonna be doing campaign energy and coring for 200 cores per day, we're gonna use the assumption here that it's 3 points per 3 points per node of energy. That's going to be around 26,400 points. If you take all the points that you generated from the web milestone just by doing raids, again, 36 raids in total over the span of 8 days, absolutely nothing. That's going to give you 73,000. Adding all this together, this is going to net you over 103,400 points. The reason I use this benchmark is because I always like to take a look at what other milestones are nearby it. So you can see, as I touched on earlier, ladies and gentlemen, milestone 13 is the 66,000 points for the Plandanium armor, which is all from the web milestone. So you don't actually need to be doing any campaign energy and you'll still hit the monthly just for some retrospect. If you are going to core 200 cores per day for the campaign energy, that's going to be giving you the opportunity here, assuming it's 3 points per. It's going to, sorry, not 3 points per, 3 fragments per node of energy. That's going to give you a chance here to reach milestone 15, which is an additional 70,000 in radioactive trees. I think that's the one thing to look out for. It really depends on how much of the extra fragments we're going to be getting per node of energy. If it's 2 per or 3 per or that low, I may or may not use my power cores. To be honest, I know Thanos is coming next week. I think he's more important than farming for this event with the Ice Wave Purple, especially since with the recent trends that we've seen in past weeks anyways, they seem to switch off every other week. So this week does not have a leaderboard, which indicates that next week might have a leaderboard, and we'll see later on, because I know there's probably gonna be some data mines happening. So guys, make sure you stay tuned on the channel. We'll definitely be deep diving that once that patch gets updated and then put it into the game files. We'll take a look at what we need to do for next week, so that way we can be prepared for the next leaderboard. So hopefully this has helpful guys, but I think my game plan personally is just going to be going for the web milestone. It's still going to allow me to hit the monthly for the Plandanium armor. I do miss out on some radioactive treats, but unless the campaign fragments give you more per energy, I don't know if it's worth using power cores when that can ultimately be going into the unlock of Thanos on day 1 when he comes next Friday. So let me know what you guys are planning. Let me know what your game plan is. Hopefully this is helpful, but at least the good news is that it's a super easy event. We're going to easily hit the monthly, and as well, we're probably going to be able to save some resources along the way in preparation for the following week. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.